Today on Monkey Life, fears for the health of one of the best-loved chimps in the park.
I'm not going to upset Charlie, not for anything.
Vet Mike is baffled.
Something sinister's happening. I can't put it more simply.
And the big freeze comes to Monkey World. This is Monkey World in Dorset. Tucked away deep in the English countryside, it's the largest sanctuary for monkeys and apes on the planet. And this is Dr. Alison Cronin, the primate's best friend. Alison and her team spend their lives rescuing...
Everybody's brilliant, really good.
...and rehabilitating primates from all over the world.
It's a good one, we're pleased with you now.
They currently look after more than 240 monkeys and apes from 15 different species. It's quiet at the rescue centre. The weather's taken a distinctly wintry turn, and there are few visitors. But the team still have to take care of all the park's wildlife.
You can just make sure they don't come out, that'd be cool.
Some of the primates are braving the day, including Sage, the Siamang gibbon. Others have chosen to wrap up and keep warm indoors. Alison is away in Vietnam at the sanctuary's sister centre for rescued gibbons, leaving Jeremy in charge back home in Dorset. With the weather looking like it might get worse, he's hoping for a quiet day. But he's been called to the pavilions, the home of the bachelor chimps. The primate care team are worried about Charlie, one of the most iconic and popular inhabitants at the park. They've isolated him from the rest of the group.
You did like those yesterday, those are the plums. You don't want that. What about banana? Fancy a bit of banana? Take that as a no. Sometimes you push food in front of his nose and you don't want to know, but if you just let him, you know, look at this. All right, let me have a little choose here. All right. What's all this about? You're just playing with it, really, are you? He's lost a lot of weight, nearly 10 kilos, very, very suddenly. So that is the worrying thing as to why.
Jeremy and Charlie have had a very special relationship for more than 20 years. Charlie arrived at the park in 1989, joining the original group alongside Butch. But at approximately 7 years old, Charlie was in a much worse state than the others. He was a drug addict, doped with Valium daily to keep him under control, and had fractured feet, cataracts, a broken jaw, machete wounds to his head, and most of his teeth had been knocked out. After 5 years as a Spanish beach photographer's prop, he was scarred both physically and mentally. From the beginning, it was obvious there was something different about Charlie. His best friends were Jeremy, whom he adored.
You're not very good with these knots, are you? Albert Einstein, eat your heart out. What we got? What we get today, huh? What we got in your lunchbox today, little boy? You want those?
And Jim Cronin, Alison's late husband who started the park.
Hey. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Have I made a mess of it? Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy.
He's one of my favorites. You know, you shouldn't have favorites, but he's been through some stuff in his life, Charlie, for sure.
In his chimp life, he was number 2 to alpha male Rodney, but did little to fulfill his role helping keep the females under control. Charlie appeared to have fits where he created havoc and then quietened, looking confused and upset. Afterwards, he would make it up with Rodney, but he could never fully integrate into the group. Jim and Jeremy began to suspect that some of Charlie's problems were medical.
Stop it.
We think his eyesight is deteriorating. And what we want to do is get an eye surgeon in, have a good look at his eyes, see what's going on, and if there's anything we can do about it.
Exactly, he's developed a little bit of inflammation from some infection, unless there's a brain injury or something.
That's not beyond the bounds of possibility.
Despite trying to get on with the other chimps, Charlie eventually had to be separated from them. In the middle of a free-for-all, he offered his hand in friendship, only to get it bitten by another chimp.
Charlie, that's not good at all.
The injury was so bad his finger was amputated, and he was permanently removed from the group. Jeremy and Jim were always there to support him.
This is a temporary solution at best for Charlie. He's got Jeremy to look after him, and Charlie loves him. But Charlie is a social animal. Chimpanzee needs to be with other chimps.
And a new rescue in Spain provided the answer. Paquito was the performing pet of a Spanish actor, but had got so boisterous he couldn't control him. He was left locked up and chained in a shed for several years. Paquito had had no contact with other primates, and it was kind-hearted Charlie who taught him chimp behaviour. Once they bonded, the solution to their joint social problems was to merge them with the nursery group. But eventually, both became too boisterous and moved in with the bachelor chimps, led by Butch, who remembered Charlie from the old days.
It was a huge reunion, I'm sure of it, for Butch and
They remembered
Charlie.
each other for sure.
No question.
Butch went in with the play face.
Yeah, no question.
Charlie's favourite pastimes have always been eating and displaying at passing tanks from the nearby army base. But above all, it's been his special relationship with Jim
You're such a tough guy.
and Jeremy
Yes, that's my boy.
that has captured the public's imagination and sustained Charlie from the early days of his rehabilitation to the good times that followed. Because of his tragic background, Charlie, now 27, is old before his time. Jeremy has called in vets Mike Nathan and David Harding.
He's like little old man.
The vets have decided a scan may reveal the cause of Charlie's illness. Blood samples taken earlier in the week were inconclusive.
It's a bit of a long shot because it's a conscious animal, and I will have to do it because he don't want the vet with him. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll be working on direct instructions from David, who really is good at this sort of thing.
Just try and angle it forward up towards the liver. So much gas and fat in there, you're just getting a crappy image.
Dave comes in and stands in the corner and just slowly...
Let's see what happens, because
Can you see what happens?
But as soon as he starts getting...
Yeah, no.
Yeah, as soon as he starts, we'll... Yeah,
Yeah, happy to do that.
because
I'll go in and...
chances are he will. You know, if at any point he says enough, then we'll stop. I'm not going to upset Charlie, not for anything. I'll duff him up for you. No. No, I think he's...
No, I think the thing is that when you know what you do, you've got to push really quite hard.
Yeah,
in
Or should we
conscious mode.
try sedating him?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want to
I
back
mean-
off then.
The only thing I think, if you're going down the route of sedating him, then would it be sensible to delay it till we can X-ray him as well?
Well, the X-ray machine...
Charlie doesn't want Dave near, so they abandon the scan and decide to try again when an X-ray machine is available.
The problem for me is what
And both can be done at the same time under sedation. While Jeremy tries to make Charlie comfortable, the care team lets some of the other chimps through to the outdoor enclosures.
It's great. I've never seen snow in Dorset so far. This is the first for me, and it's probably the first for quite a few of the chimps here. Maybe some of the oldies might have seen snow, but most of the guys won't have seen snow ever. So they're all quite excited. They're all like eating the snow, getting big handfuls and stuffing it in their mouths. It's almost like natural enrichment for them because it's something that they don't see every day.
The chimps' first forage of the day is usually a noisy affair, but today they all seem a lot less boisterous. They're fascinated by the white stuff.
I think they just maybe enjoy the feeling of the cold. I don't know. I suppose we enjoy eating ice lollies, so there's no reason why they wouldn't. I mean, they love the ice lollies with the juice in the summer, but again, with the ice, it's not got any flavour in it, so it must just be that maybe they like the feeling of the tongue going numb or something, I'm not sure.
Sausage on you. Get you nice and warm again.
Jeremy is extremely worried about Charlie, one of the best-loved chimps at the park.
All right. Oh, you want your foot rubbed? Okay.
He's called in the vets and is ringing Alison hourly with updates. She's in Vietnam visiting the Gibbon Rescue Centre and not due back for a few more days.
Charlie is a very, very, very sick animal. And because of his medical background, all his resistance will be low to fight anything off because he's got very few of his organs are working properly anyway, and so that makes him more vulnerable.
Vets Mike and Dave agree.
Quite obvious he's lost a lot of weight. When an animal loses that amount of weight, you're always worried about what nasty thing might be going on inside him.
The bloods really have flagged up a level of anemia with no obvious cause, and what we normally call the anemia of chronic disease, which suggests a sort of chronically ill animal.
Just lying here, I'm just thinking of all the things that are broken on Charlie. He's clearly had a broken foot at some stage. He's got cataracts. He's obviously had a fractured jaw and skull at some stage. He's got wounds on him that were probably machete wounds. He's question mark brain damage with epileptic fits. His teeth are, how many teeth has he got now? 3 or 4? I don't know. Not many. And clearly had a big lump that's just gone from his jaw at some point. Yeah. His stomach, actually, is about the only thing that really was working all right. You know, he'd eat for Africa, and he'd never had stomach issues. You just never gave up there, did you?
The vets don't have an answer without further tests, and no one really wants to put poor Charlie through that. The team decide to let him rest and see if there's any improvement in his condition. Jeremy stays with him throughout the rest of the day and into the night. Next morning, and the weather is even worse. The park has just closed, but the primate care team have struggled into work to look after the animals. Keeper Kate wants to make sure her charges don't get winter colds and makes up a special cocktail of honey and lemon to boost their immune systems.
Colds can go throughout the group pretty quickly and they hit chimps pretty hard, so if we can try and prevent that, then that's the best thing. A couple of cups. Want some lemon, guys? This is Simon. Marceline. So we tried to give cup to everyone, but obviously they come round again, but it doesn't matter. Good boy, Simon.
But while Hananya's group enjoy their medicinal drinks, over at the bachelor group, it's not just the weather that's getting worse. Jeremy has called the vets back in. Charlie has gone downhill overnight.
We've just put Charlie on a drip. He's deteriorating. Something sinister's happening. I can't put it more simply. He's not in pain. He's just fading. And if that's the case, I'm going to let him fade. We're not going to do anything invasive. We have to accept that something like that is happening with him.
His sensory perception's still there, and I just don't believe he's suffering pain. I think he's just drifting.
If we see he's suffering, we'll help him. It may be that a little bit of treatment might make a difference, but I'm going to put him through pain. And I can't see the point of doing that when I know I've got an animal that I'm losing. He's been through a lot, this poor fella. But he's also served the purpose of educating a lot of people, because he was a beach chimp, and he's educated people to try and realise the things that go on. I just hope he fades away. I don't want to have to, all of us, in terms of putting animals to sleep and euthanasia, it's always hard.
As the day wears on, it becomes more and more evident that Charlie isn't going to make it. Jeremy, Mike, and keeper Cara stay by his side and try their best to make him comfortable. But as the hours pass, Jeremy and Mike realise they have no choice. After his brave battle through life, courageous Charlie has given up, and there is no more hope.
Thanks, mate. We had nowhere to go, so we ended it for him. When you see somebody every day of your life, they leave a void when they go. It isn't always a positive void they leave, or a negative void they leave, but they leave a void. There's always a gap.
Well, like everything here at the park, life marches on, no matter how significant or insignificant the loss is. Life just continues to move forward here, and you do the best you can at all times for every individual, and some of them have longer and more emotional links, which Charlie was a perfect case of that. So, yeah, you do feel very high-strung and emotional about the whole thing, but then at the same time, the next day dawns and there's either a new arrival, somebody else who needs your help, and therefore You have to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. This is our saving grace in a certain way, is that the animals keep our focus and attention, because even if somebody does pass away and it is terribly upsetting and emotional, you've got the other 240 odd faces looking to you saying, we need you too.
The day after we lost Charlie, I did go down to the statue of Jim and Charlie and tell them both off for leaving me with this, you know, abandoning the ship and leaving me with all this lot, you know, doing the, you know, setting it all up and then clear off and leaving me with all the responsibility, but I got it off my chest.
The fact that both Jim and Charlie have passed away now is just terribly tragic for us, but, you know, we've got sort of an incredible memory of them both, a sculpture which is just breaks my heart to look at, but also fills me full of optimism, because Charlie is a tribute to that, the optimism that exists here at Monkey World in terms of rehabilitating all of the monkeys and apes that come our way.
Aren't you the best, huh? You the best.
Next time on Monkey Life, the team are in Vietnam for groundbreaking eye surgery on a golden-cheeked gibbon.
It is a very, very special and very, very difficult case for us.
And Alison hits trouble when she tries to rescue a rare silvered langur monkey.
We will stop, don't worry.
Today on Monkey Life, the team is in Vietnam at a very special rescue centre.
We have the perfect opportunity here to provide these guys with a very natural life again and to get them back out into the forest where they belong.
Plus, groundbreaking eye surgery on a golden-cheeked gibbon.
We are putting the lens in. How is she doing?
But can it restore her sight? And trouble when Alison tries to rescue a rare silvered langur monkey. This is Monkey World in Dorset, the largest rescue centre for monkeys and apes on the planet. 6,000 miles away lies its sister sanctuary, Dao Tien Rescue Centre. It was started by Dr. Alison with the help of the Vietnamese government and Ping Tung Rescue Centre in Taiwan. Back home in England, she cares for 240 primates from 15 different species, but she's now also responsible for a growing number of monkeys and apes in Vietnam.
Here on Dao Tien, it's a very different sort of ethos and focus to what we normally do at Monkey World. It isn't about the individuals here so much as it is getting rescued primates back out into the wild and ensuring that they're protected and safe in the wild setting and that the illegal trade doesn't continue.
Dao Tien stands on an island in Vietnam's largest and most diverse conservation zone, Cat Tien National Park. The centre aims to rescue endangered primates, including golden-cheeked gibbons, langurs and loris, and where possible, return them to the wild. Over the last 9 years, Alison has worked with the local authorities to establish the centre.
For us, the very important aspect is that we are not just making a zoo. We do not plan on just keeping the gibbons in the cages. we will plan on getting them into the trees.
In charge of day-to-day operations is Dr. Marina Kenyon, helped by her team of Vietnamese keepers. Marina was previously based at the Dorset sanctuary.
This is my passion, and I'm actually not missing anything else, because I know everyone else in England is being cared for. But here and now, these need your help, and I think I can help them.
Marina has travelled 3 hours to Vung Tau to meet up with expat and animal lover Bob Taylor, who lives there.
Mika.
Bob has rescued a variety of rare animals from the pet trade and built accommodation for them at his home. None of his primates are candidates for release back into the wild due to a variety of health reasons, but Marina has been advising him on their care. They both have concerns about Mika, a golden-cheeked gibbon Bob recently found in a Ho Chi Minh City pet store.
I went down there, my driver went down there first to buy food for my birds, and he told me about this monkey in the cage. And I happened to be in Ho Chi Minh City on business at that time, and I went round to have a look. And then in the back room, under this piece of newspaper, they pulled out this box, steel box with Mika in it. And that's basically how I took pity, and I couldn't walk away. Absolutely could not walk away. And so I took her home with me, there and then. When we got her home and took her out of the cage, she actually couldn't walk. She'd just shuffle along on her all fours. Her back legs were virtually useless, and her arms were so weak, she couldn't raise them up to take a banana out there. You know, that was really how bad she was and sick she was.
She's been in a small cage, in the dark, no sunlight. She's had vitamin deficiency, and her bones have just grown in a 45-degree bend. There's no breaks, they've not been broken, that's how they've grown. So she spent a long time welded in that cage, unable to move.
Mika's condition has improved greatly thanks to Bob's care. And with freedom to move around, her muscles have begun to build up. But Bob discovered Mika had another major problem. Cataracts covering both eyes meant she was only partially sighted. Now the cataracts have thickened, leaving her blind in both eyes. But after exhaustive research, Marina has come up with a solution.
We've actually found some of the best eye surgeons in the world who are in Vietnam, and they've very, very happily agreed to help Mika. They believe very strongly in the welfare and the wildlife of Vietnam. They've all come in, volunteered on a Saturday to come in, use their best equipment, their best technology to try and restore Mika's sight.
The top surgeons from Ho Chi Minh City Hospital normally operate on human patients. A training hospital has offered their facilities for the operation, which has never been attempted before on a gibbon.
There are a lot of things that can go wrong, so it is a very, very special and very, very difficult case for us.
Cataracts are a clouding that develops in the lens of the eye, which prevents light entering it. It's a common problem in humans and often easily rectified with minor surgery.
You're such a good girl.
But they're replacing the lenses on Mika, not just removing the cataracts.
Good girl, Mika.
Monkey World vet Femke gives Mika a jab to put her under.
If you can pull it back, look.
Anesthetics are always a risk, and it's a tense time for the medical team.
I'll now give her the eye drops. They are to dilate her pupils.
Femke, I think you want to keep her face up so the eye drop will not run out.
Like this?
Yep, like that.
It's unclear whether Mika's eye problems are hereditary or developed because of her time in captivity.
Lovely. Găng tay vô.
The plan is to remove the lenses from both of Mika's eyes and replace them with artificial ones approximately the same size as needed for a child. First, precise measurements are taken to determine the size of the artificial lenses she'll need. Dr. Tien uses a high-power microscope to help him make the first incision. He then removes the lenses and cleans the eye to remove any residue. But there's a worrying discovery.
it is more like a congenital cataract.
So she got it when she was born, really?
Right.
Yeah.
And if this is truly a congenital cataract, there is a possibility that her retina cell have not developed well compared to other gibbon without cataract.
This adds a new element to Mika's sight problem, but the team decide to carry on, delicately place the new lenses, then secure them with stitches.
This is very, very likely that she will see a lot better than before.
That's fantastic.
With surgery over, Mika slowly comes round from the anaesthetic.
Usually in humans, after cataract surgery, they will put some eye cover on the eyes, but with Mika, that will make her so stressed because she will think, what's covering my eyes? And she's a wild animal, and we cannot tell her, you have to leave it on there, leave your eyes alone. So we decided against it and to leave her without, so hopefully we'll be fine. We have to keep her in the dark right now because her pupils are dilated because of the drugs. So if she sees too much light at once, that will hurt her and can damage her retina.
All in all, I do believe that she will see a lot better than before.
That's great.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Well, we're happy too, that's for sure.
Yeah, so keep sending us more animal cataract. We will be more happy.
Every Saturday.
Mika heads home to Bob and the other rescued gibbons. But will she be able to see them? Primates are kept as pets and as tourist attractions all over Asia, and the team know they can't rescue them all. But today, Alison and Marina are on their way to Saigon. They're heading for a city restaurant where Alison spotted an endangered silvered langur monkey on her last visit. Mr. Tan, head of Dao Tien National Park, has been in negotiations with the owner.
Tan has arranged, I think, for the langur to be donated willingly. So we're really pleased we don't have to organize the police or anything like that today. Hopefully with their cooperation, not only are we going to rescue the langur, but hopefully they'll stop trading in primates.
Maybe in the future he might start to support conservation, stop taking in wild animals, and just look after the ones he has, and slowly over time just reduce in size.
Alison has been aware of the restaurant for some time. In 2006, she went there with her late husband, Jim Cronin, who started Monkey World. They filmed this distressing footage. Then the restaurant was famous for serving bear bile, a traditional Eastern medicine, said to be a cure for many ailments, and for which there is now a synthetic substitute.
So, how many? 1, 2, 3, 10, 20. How many bears?
Alison and Jim discovered more than 100 Asiatic bears held in small cages.
Now, I know you'd have muscle wastage in tiny cages like this, but their back ends are just really bad, everybody's.
There were also many endangered species, including golden cats, tigers, and clouded leopards. The bears would be sedated and wheeled out on trolleys to the restaurant tables, where bile would be extracted from the live animal and fed to paying customers. In Vietnam, the practice has now been outlawed and the government is cracking down, but the trade still persists there and elsewhere in the world. This restaurant appears to have stopped this barbaric practice, although wild animals are still on show. The team have worked hard to get the owner on side, but it's not a done deal, and everything has to be handled very delicately.
I've got Marina right now, has gone with a young man to survey back behind where we knew that there were loads of other animals as well. So she's having a quick shufty around to see what else might be here. and we're just going to see the boy. But I've asked everybody if it's okay, and they said okay. But we might get apprehended yet.
And just as Alison catches sight of the caged silvered langur,
we will stop. Don't worry. Excuse me. Dr. Him, perhaps you could explain. We just asked the owner, and he said okay.
But news of the agreement between Alison and the restaurant owner hasn't reached the on-site staff, and her path has been blocked.
Don't, it's okay, it's okay. No problem, no problem.
With the silvered langur just feet away, Alison needs to quickly defuse the situation until the boss can be found.
It's no problem. I would not do this unless I asked.
Tantalizingly close to the endangered animal, Alison grows more concerned about his condition.
I come here 9 months ago, and he was a bit bigger. So I think he is losing weight, he is losing condition. I think we are lucky to come when we do. Because I think he will die eventually if he keeps losing weight. Yeah, he's skinny now.
With her path obstructed, Alison can only hope the restaurant owner is found soon.
I wonder how Marina's going.
Marina arrives with the Vietnamese team and the rescue cage. But with Alison's access denied so far, there's no guarantee it'll be used.
Marina, we have to stay here. They're being very fierce right now.
Okay.
How do you go?
We saw 2 leopards and lots of chickens and lots of empty cages.
Yeah, no, I think this place is folding up, which is the problem.
Finally, the owner is found, and with the help of Mr. Tien, Alison works hard to defuse a tense situation.
If you could translate for me, Monkey World has worked with 16 different governments around the world, always in cooperation with central government. We never buy animals, we never try and go in and take them ourselves. We would like to work in cooperation with everybody. We do not mean to cause trouble for anybody. We just would like to make a nice life for the monkey. So I appreciate your assistance. Thank you very much.
With the owner showing his public support, his staff relax and the recovery can begin.
You're happy for them to film putting the monkey in the box?
Yes.
Okay.
Sociable silvered langurs behave very differently from gibbons. They're leapers rather than swingers and move around in much larger groups. This small male can move around his cage, but he has a chipped tooth and an abscess. More importantly, he's desperately lonely and craves attention. This critically endangered species is notoriously difficult to keep in captivity and can get very stressed.
We have better net. If they would wait, I would prefer it that they wait. See, this is a problem. They are just going to wind him up.
Alison knows it's very important to keep this animal as calm as possible.
He's thinking. Yeah, he's thinking about it. Watch the tail. Oh, no, too soon. And you have to be careful of the tail. As soon as he starts to go in, maybe he can push him in the rest of the way. Well done. We will get you.
You're very light.
Excellent job, well done. Actually went really smoothly and quite pleased. Didn't have to give any sedation or anything. He's really very happy. I think he's got a load of nice fruit and he seems quite calm in the cage, so it's now just a couple of hours to the national park.
He's skinny, maybe older than we thought. I think he might be an oldish man. But yeah, he's lovely.
But I expect just getting him back to a more natural setting with people who know how to care for him, I think that he's going to respond really positively, getting the physical things done, like the broken teeth. He's going to be a new little monkey, and it's just really exciting and what we're all about.
Marina and Alison have stopped off in Vung Tau to see expat animal lover Bob Taylor and little Mika, the golden-cheeked gibbon. And the news is good. The groundbreaking surgery to remove cataracts on her eyes and replace her lenses has met with success.
She's looking good, isn't she?
The pre-existing retina damage in her left eye means only 30% of the vision has returned. But her right eye now has 100% vision.
She just took it all in her stride. There was
Just
no
as though
difference.
she'd never had lost her sight at all. It's just as though it was just normal and natural. We were so surprised, weren't we?
And little Jin, her main
friend.
friend. Yeah, I know Jin. She's my mate, and I'll protect her even more now that I can see her and make sure that no one's causing any trouble.
And she certainly does that. Well, I'm happy now. She's getting around there and she's ruling the roost. Now she can see they don't take her food away from her. She takes it from them. Yeah? She's really good.
Mika will never be able to look after herself in the wild, but she can now look forward to life being cared for by Bob and his team and surrounded by other gibbons. Alison and Marina's workload is constant, and their days are long. They're on their way back to the rescue centre with the rare silvered langur. It's a tiring half-day journey by boat and road, and they're anxious to get him settled. The silvered langur will have to remain isolated from other gibbons until he's passed his health checks. But he'll have plenty to eat.
Langurs are leaf eaters. Now, the different species, you know, Duke langurs, silvery langurs, they all have different tolerances to levels of sugar. So in the wild, they'd all be eating sort of leaves and basically unripe, pithy fruits that have very little sugar in them. And you can see already he's quite interested. But he's not entirely sure, because I think already in captivity, you know, they've been feeding him a lot of sweet fruits, and so the bitter ones don't taste so nice. So it's a slow and steady process, and one that we begin on the first day here at Dao Tien, really. Marina and her team have a lot of work ahead of them here on Dao Tien. We've got, you know, monkeys and apes coming in that need a lot of care and support, both physically and mentally, and, you know, trying to get them to a state from captivity where they've suffered, some of them, terrible, terrible abuse, back into a fit state to go back to the wild is an enormous task. And it's, you know, quite daunting when you sort of consider it from where some of them have come from to where we want to get them back to. But you just have to stay focused and take each day at a time, and eventually you win the war and get them back out into the forest where they belong.
Next time on Monkey Life. Wintry weather means flu jabs for the chimps.
Yeah.
And an anxious morning at the Woolly Monkey House.
They discovered little Raoul on his back in one of the tunnels.